डेविड लेमिटी ने स्वै प्रेरित अत्यंत नशा ते कैनेडा दी सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले के जवाब में फौजदारी कोड में सोध करने लई उन्हां दी सरकार दे नवे कानून बिल C-28 की रूपरेखा ते चर्चा की है। अदालत ने हाल ही में जिनसी शोषण समेत कुछ अपराधों लई बचाव के तौर पर बहुत ज्यादा नशे की वरतों ते पाबंदी लगाउण वाले कानून नूं गैर संविधानिक करार दिता है।
Today, our government introduced changes to the criminal code that address the gap in the law resulting from the recent Supreme Court decisions on the defense of extreme intoxication. The changes in Bill C-28 will hold individuals accountable and criminally responsible for violence committed in a state of negligent extreme intoxication. The gap in the law was created following the court's recent decisions in Sullivan, Chan, and Brown. For non-lawyers, the issues that these decisions dealt with can seem confusing. How can someone who commits a violent crime while extremely intoxicated not be responsible for their actions? Where does personal responsibility kick in? The existing section took away a very particular defense for violent crimes, one where a person who was intoxicated to such a degree that they were no longer acting voluntarily. It's called the defense of extreme intoxication, which is a kind of automatism. The court was clear. This defense is available in only the rarest of circumstances. It is almost never available when alcohol alone is the source of the accused's intoxication. There have only been a handful of extreme intoxication cases in Canadian history. That is because the accused first needs to prove, using expert evidence, that they were in a state of extreme intoxication where they had no understanding or control over their actions. This is not about being really drunk or really high. By striking down this section of the criminal code, the court's decisions left a gap in the law. Bill C-28 fills that gap. It does so in a way that is both constitutional and fair. So what does Bill C-28 do? It amends the criminal code so that an individual would be held responsible for the violence they commit while in a state of extreme intoxication if they ended up in that state through their own criminal negligence. I'm going to repeat this in English because it's important. Being drunk or high is not a defense for committing criminal acts like sexual assault. Again, I repeat, being drunk or high is not a defense for committing criminal acts like sexual assault. That was the law before the Supreme Court decisions, and that remains the law today. And all Canadians need to understand that clearly. Intoxicated violence has serious and devastating impacts. This is especially true for some of the most at-risk people in our society: women, children, and Indigenous women, girls, and 2S LGBTQIA+ persons.